Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. I am so excited. Warms My Blood is here and I cannot tell you how happy I am to have this palette. So if you want to just go through the palette information and see all the swatches and some looks, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. Y'all, okay, first of all, I really need somebody. Tell me you're that somebody. I just had to do that because I'm a huge Aaliyah fan still to this day. And that is my baby girl. Like, I was Aaliyah for Halloween, especially when I had like my perm, my hair was straight, the wrap, the clothes. She had that, like, she was feminine but boyish. It was just...
Hey, y'all.
She was everything, okay? So, and I feel like at the time of her her death, she was just about to be at that peak. Yeah, y'all, she was just about to be at that peak and just gone too soon. So you can imagine when I saw this palette, I was like, okay, this is a yes. And then I got the email from Unearthly Cosmetics, who I have not mentioned, that came up with this wonderful, creative, unique, original idea when she said we could choose one palette out of the 4 that they're releasing or that they've released. This was the one I was going to choose. I may still try to get one of the other ones for pre-order, but I was like, Warms My Blood, yes. So this palette came yesterday. I'm not sure what day this video was going up, but I could not like film with that yesterday. So I was like, today I am doing it. I'm so excited to just play with this palette. I'm also so thankful because Amanda, who is the owner of Unearthly Cosmetics, is down in Florida. So she's good, she's okay. I know it might have messed up like the shipping a little bit, but you know, we can wait. It's not that deep. Thankful to have found Unearthly Cosmetics as always. And I always look forward to the ideas that she comes up with. And this one is a winner for me. Let's just talk about the palette. This is a pricey one, okay? Now this palette has 20 shades. It's bigger than palettes that I go for, but 20 shades, $70, vegan, cruelty-free, 12-month shelf life. It is designed in the USA and made in the PRC. So that's the background info about this palette. So I turned the exposure down so you can see this palette in all its gorgeousness. You can see that there are 10 mattes and 10 shimmers. I, for one, absolutely love this layout. It is really easy for me to see what I can do with this palette and like the potential looks. So I love the setup rather than having the mattes and the shimmers all scattered throughout. So this works really good for me. Did I talk about the artwork? I mean, Aaliyah, Queen of the Damned. Oh, look at this, y'all. This is just spectacular. I don't even know what to say about this, but this is a job well done. So now we're gonna cut into these swatches. Looking at the swatches, I did decide to just group the mattes together and the shimmers together so you can just see, you know, what they look like, especially because it is a bigger palette. So that way you can see everything on my arm together. I mean, everything just goes. I don't see any standout shades or anything that doesn't belong. I'm kind of speechless with this palette. And what really took me aback were the shimmers. I think these shimmers are really special. So I'm not sure, but I'm about to probably get to it. I am gonna turn the ring light off and just have my side lights on so you can just see how beautiful these shimmers are without the harsh ring light. But they have beautiful sparkle in them and shine. And I am so excited to be able to put these on my eyes for you all today. So let's get into it. Let me know what you think about this color story. I don't know. It matches the packaging. I mean, it's not like when you open it up, I'm seeing something that is totally unexpected. I don't know. If somebody told me they were making a Queen of the Damned palette, I'm not sure what I would have come up with, but fantastic job. That's all I can say. Now, before we get into the first look, let me just tell you what's on my face. I've been doing some rearranging in my little makeup area here and trying to pull out some things that I have not used very much because I've been kind of stuck in a box using the same things because it's so good. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that what I'm wearing on my face, like as far as the base and everything, that's gonna be what I have on my face for all of the looks, just to keep it consistent. So for my primer, I'm actually wearing my Tatcha sunscreen primer, but not the serum. It's like the cream, and it's the one that comes in the blue bottle. Ever since I got the serum, I just haven't been using the other one, so I'm just trying to switch it out. For my foundation, I'm wearing the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation Stick in the shade 8. So this is what it looks like, and you just roll it up. Kind of like the Fenty Match Sticks, but more expensive. The concealer I'm wearing is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Concealer in the shade Cookie Dough. Haven't brought that out in a while. I have on my Chantecaille powder. My bronzer is my Fenty Cream bronzer in the shade Honey Glaze. I chose an Hourglass blush in the shade At Night. This is like a beautiful subdued red blush that's mixed with the ambient powder. And I picked that because I just thought it went really well with the colors in this palette. Now, let's talk about this little, not little, let's talk about this highlight and let's talk about this lip color. First of all, the highlight is by Unearthly Cosmetics. This is one of their incandescent highlighters in the shade Gilded. Let me show y'all how pretty this is. I still have a little bit on my hand right there, but no. This is so pretty. And I will be honest, I did not think I was gonna like these that much. I thought they were gonna be a bit glittery, but they're not at all. So there's Gilded, and you can see how pretty it is. And it's just really dewy. It is a duochrome highlighter that has a bit of a pink to gold shift. Now the lipstick is also by Unearthly Cosmetics. It's one of their liquid matte lipsticks, and this is the shade Jeanette. I love this shade, and it's funny because the other day I was wearing Nile by Juvia's Place, and I was looking at my lips and I feel like I didn't put enough like here and here. So one of the things I see when I go back and look at my videos, but I love how with the liquid matte lipstick, I'm able to like get in those corners so that it looks really nice, because that did not look nice, but there's nothing I can do now. So here is the shade Jeanette. You can see it's a brown, but it's got like kind of a golden undertone, I guess, to it. I really love their liquid lipsticks, and I'm not sure if they said they were discontinuing them or not, but she is coming out with more lipsticks, and I cannot wait to see those. The packaging of this is really cute. It's got like these little stars and glitter like water in the top, so you can see it right there. Without further ado, let's get into some looks. Now this might be a rare occasion when I sit down and film all of the looks at once. I usually don't do that. I usually film them like throughout the week, but I'm so excited to use this palette, and I don't feel like that about every single palette that I get, but I definitely feel like that about this one. This is gonna be like a go-to look for me, and I'm gonna start with that just because when I use a palette, I first think of like, what am I most comfortable with? So that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna be starting with an Angie Hot and Flashy A503 brush. This is by BK Beauty. And let's zoom in here. I'm gonna start with the shade Violin. Didn't mention my eyeshadow primer, but lately I have been going with the Nars Soft Matte Concealer as my eyeshadow primer. And I've actually heard some great things about the eyeshadow primer, their dedicated eyeshadow primer, but it is sold out at Sephora right now. That might be something on my VIB list if it comes back. I just realized I had a piece of hair on my lip. Hopefully y'all couldn't see it. It's gone now though. All right, now look how beautiful that transition is. Like, that is gorgeous, and I think it really looks nice with the lip color. So we're definitely going with a warm neutral look for this first one. Now lately I've been going for like these kind of, I don't know if they're like real halo eyes, but those are the eye looks I've been going for lately. So I'm gonna try that. I want to use the shade Mother in the crease. I'm gonna use my trusty Refer 13 brush for that. And as always, the mattes matte. And I know the shimmers are gonna shim, but like they are just really highly blendable and they're not super powdery. And I don't mind powdery. And recently I've been working a lot with my Notoriously Morbid palettes. Those are highly blendable mattes. They are a little more powdery. But these have less of that kick up, but they still blend really well. And I think this is a perfect crease shade for what we're going for with this look. I'm just focusing on the inner and outer corner of the eye and then leaving a little space open in the middle for the shimmer. I'm just taking a clean brush and just making sure that the two shades blend well. Now the first shimmer that caught my eye to go with this look is the shade Jessie. And I know I did the swatches, I know I did, but look at that. Another swatch won't hurt. This is so beautiful. Like, you see that green right there? Look how pretty that is. So I'm just gonna take my finger and pop that on in the middle. And I mean, there's so many shimmers that could work for this look. Like even the golds would look good. Like this look would really lend itself to this brown as well, or this golden brown. And these shimmers are, like, you wanna talk about shimmers that are shimming, this one is doing that. Going back in with Mother. They talking about there's no charcoal here. And I'm just going back into Mother and just blending out the edges and in the crease. And next I'm gonna go back into Violin, which was that first shade for the transition, and just sweeping it underneath the lower lash line. And now we need an inner corner. Wait. I'm thinking, let's go with Stone. Stone is a white matte. I don't really go for matte highlights, but why not? Like, let's do it. It's gonna be a rare occasion that I would use a white matte. So I think an inner corner highlight would be appropriate, and it's gonna be something that I like. All right, here's look number one with the light cut down just a little bit. And I hope you can see that. Oh, yes. If I were to finish this look completely, I probably use just a brown liner and, you know, my mascara. This would look nice with the little Dior, oh my God, the little thing, with the Dior red mascara. Or I could use the Charlotte Tilbury brown mascara that I bought. I think a brown mascara would look really nice with this. Or black, you know what I mean? But yes, lashes would be great. Let me know what you think about this first look. And we're gonna get into some more, y'all, because I'm really excited. I might bring out some more of my matte liquid lipsticks from Unearthly because there's so many and I think they really complement this palette. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, you guys, back and ready for look number 2 with this palette. I really like that first look. That first look, that was all me. I don't know what kind of lipstick I'm gonna wear this time, so I didn't even wanna play myself by putting anything on because I have no idea. That was my comfort look. So now we're gonna really try to get into, you know, something a little bit more exciting. Now, what a predicament. So Violin is a shade that I would just use, like, I'm thinking almost for every look. This is the perfect transition shade for me, and I always like to have a little something at the top, so maybe I'm gonna use that again. And that just might be a comfort thing, but I'm thinking about purple this time, and no, let's not do that. Let's not. You know what shade I think would be another good transition shade? Let's do gray. Let's be daring. Let's go into this gray. Do a little something different, a little something exciting. All right, now I have this Morphe fluffy brush that I grabbed, and I'm dipping into the gray very lightly because I do want this to be a transition shade. It does look like something that can be built up, but I'm just gonna start lightly, almost up to the brow bone. This Nars Creamy Matte Concealer, the one that's in the pot, this is a really good primer. And you know what? It's like, it's not catching or anything like that. You know how some primers, I'm gonna have to do a comparison, but I just have had that experience. Like, I just put this on and it's not like I had to wait or let it dry. Like, the shadow's not catching, which I appreciate. Like, some shadows I would have to like tap, 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 tap in. And then once it gets, you know, situated and dry, then I can start with the back and forth. But no, not this. This is really good. So I'm glad I pulled this out. The reason that I'm using it for a primer is because when I bought it way back when, I felt like it was a little bit too light for me as a concealer. So now I'm repurposing it, which is always great to do in your collection. So there we go. You know, these are those cool tones. So we're just gonna see how this all plays out. I think it looks nice though. It's just, it's more of my own personal preference with the cool tones. But yeah, I think it does look nice. It's well blended. I appreciate it. So I said I think that I'm leaning purple with this look. So I'm trying to think. So I'm looking at the two purples here, Resurrect and Betrayal. This one looks like it has more gray in it. So let's do that one. I'm just gonna take an MSQ blending brush into that shade. The other one is, I can't explain it, but Resurrect has more gray. I'm trying to get my little color recognition together. But you see that? There's more gray. Let me see if on a finger y'all can see. See that? This one has more gray. This goes with the vibe. So let's just do that. And I'm just gonna take it over. I'm not gonna do the halo thing this time. Just gonna try to like switch it up a little bit. So see, this was a good call. This was a good call for the purple. Now the other purple would work, I'm certain, but this is doing it for me. This is like a really nice combo here. Yes, okay, quick blend. Admiral's Arms, we've gotta use this one because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use all of these shades in this video, but the ones that I really wanna use, I've gotta use in this video. That makes, I can. Y'all, okay, this is too much. This is one of my favorite palettes from Unearthly Cosmetics. We're gonna go ahead and say it. And see, brands like this, because somebody asked me, was I gonna rank like my Notoriously Morbid palettes? No, I don't think I'm going to, because there's something special about each one. I don't know if I could rank these. That's why I did a showcase video for Notoriously Morbid and not a ranking video. And like, I'll do the same thing for Unearthly. I don't know if I can rank these. Like, yeah. Even the ones I don't like as much, I'm still not giving them up. So it's a no for me, Scott. All right, look. This is ridiculous, y'all. Oh my gosh, why? This is too much for me. Please respect my privacy at this time. I have not said that in forever. And this is a perfect occasion. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I really need somebody. Tell me I need somebody. Like, you can't tell nobody. I'm talking about nobody. Hope you're responsible. Boy, I gotta watch my back, cause I'm not just anybody. Is it my goal or is it your goal? Sometimes I'm goody goody. Right now I'm naughty. Say yes or say no, cause I really need somebody. Tell me I need somebody. Like, I can't. This is ridiculous. I can't. All right, moving on. Moving on. I am going to go back into our gray shade, Lestat. Is that how you say it? I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. And I have this little angled eyeshadow brush here, and just doing that. we are. Now, I feel like this one is gonna need another shimmer. For the inner corner, wait. I can't even breathe. Like, this is too much. Human, that's what we're gonna do. Nice little smooth pink. Because we don't need anything taken away from Admiral's Arms. Oh my God, the boys just got back with Tyrone and the charcoal. Look number 2. I shall, I can. This, now this is a cool tone look I can do. This is cool, right? This is a cool tone look I'm into. Now I have to figure out a lipstick. That's gonna be the predicament here. So I did bring out a few colors. So we used Jeanette. This might make me look like a statue, but let's see. First of all, let me swatch Admiral's Arms. How about that? No, I hear August. Oh. Did I bring out, I thought I brought out a purple. See, it'd be too much like me to do a purple eye with a purple lip. I'm thinking.
We're back. We're back. Come up a net. How's your face?
Okay, what? I thought y'all would think I was a mannequin.
We got white palms.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes. If you can open it, you can have it. If you can't open it, you can't have it. Diana. Now, mind you, this is gonna. Okay, y'all, let's try it. Let's try it. I mean, we can just take it off. Ooh, this is giving me stone vibes. Let's see. Let's stay the course. You know what would go with this? By Kaleidos, Mercury Wave, one of the lip clays. That would be nice. Oh, this might be too cool. I don't know. Well, at least you can see a new shade. I'm kind of into it. I don't know what I would do. Let me get Mercury Wave. Let me grab that because I just think that might give me a little more what I need. Let me find it. Okay, I'm back with Mercury Wave. I cannot get over this look, y'all. So let me show y'all. Mercury Wave looks like this. So you see the difference? Like this is almost like gray. This is purple with the gray, which reminds me of the purple here in the look. So let's see what we think about that. I'm just gonna put it on top. So I'm taking it all off. I know this is about Unearthly. But if you like, first of all, the Unearthly liquid mattes are so great. These Kaleidos lip clays, if you were interested, those are great as well. Don't ask me to compare them because I can't. I would say the lip clays feel like a cloud. They're called Cloud Lab lip clays, so they do feel like a cloud. Whereas the Unearthly ones feel like more of a traditional liquid matte formula, but it's not dry and they don't make your lips look cracked or crusty. That's very important to me. So yeah, this did it. Now, see, what I appreciate about this palette, and I'm stuttering here, but you know, lately I have been shying away from palettes of this size, but the layout I appreciate because look how different this look was from the first look. And I could see it, you know what I mean? Because like my next look, I'm thinking about doing something with the red. You see what I'm saying? Or the black and the gold. So I'm able to really see these looks. So I really appreciate the layout of this palette. I also appreciate the fact that I can easily tell the difference between these two purples. Like when I put them on my fingers, I'm like, oh, one's more gray, one's more purple. There's some palettes that I have where I'm like, okay, I cannot tell the difference between these two shades, but these are gonna show up different on the eye. We're gonna see if we can see the difference between the reds as well. Y'all, let's get into another look because I'm on a roll here. So with this one, y'all, black mascara, a gray liner would be really nice with this. I have one by Linda Hallberg. This is like a really nice, I think, date night look. You can make it real vampy. I can't. let's get into another look. All right, you guys, we're back with look number 3. Before we start, I just wanted to share that I did have a purple, like grayish purple liquid lipstick from Unearthly Cosmetics that I think would go. This is the shade Angela. And actually, this still might have been a little bit deep for me. Deeper than that lip clay, but it's like a grayish purple. That one would have been pretty good with the look as well. But I like how it turned out. All right, let's get into another one. And for this one, I am gonna go back into my trusty Transition Violin. And this brush is a Sigma E35, lies, E40.
I need to wash the hands.
You need to wash your hands, okay.
Excuse me.
No worries. So you better not say excuse me, sir, because it'd be too much.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Marky.
I'm about to have pizza for dinner.
We're not, okay, you can have some of the leftover pizza. Okay. All right, so there's our little transition. There's our transition. So now I'm going to go into the shade Alone, which is this really deep, it's almost like a purple brown. Okay. Okay, I still think the shimmer that I want to use will pair well. So this is a Refer 01 brush. And let's do the little halo action with this one, this look. Ooh, this is pretty. I like that. I like that shade a lot. This one, and obviously the black, but this one too would make a great liner. And if you ever use your shadow as a liner, this would be a great one. And this one can definitely be built up. This is a really unique shade as far as shades I have in my collection. This reminds me, I was gonna say, it could go in the family of Rhodium and Deep Dive from the Natasha Denona Bronze palette. Like, it's giving me that. But those are two really unique shades as well. So I appreciate this. All right, the shade that I wanted to use, the shimmer, and I'm just not sure because now, like, this is a purple, a blurple. So Centuries is what I wanted to use. So let's swatch that. Oh my God, like, do y'all? I'm not sure about this anymore. So let me see what else we have. I still want to use Centuries. We also have Queen, which is this shade. No, we used Queen. No, we didn't. We used Admiral's Arms. Let's swatch Queen then. Queen is pretty. Oh, wow. I think Queen is gonna look better. See, Centuries would look really good with this shade right here. I'm trying to give y'all some inspo because I'm gonna do 4 looks, but I'm not gonna be able to use every single shade. We have Charms. Let's look at, so we got Charms here. Let's see. Okay, Charms. That we're gonna just try it out. We're gonna just, I'm doing Charms. We're gonna go with Charms. This is unexpected. Oh yeah. I had it in my head that I wanted to use that gold, but then when I put it on, when I saw it with Alone, I'm like, Alone is just not, I don't know why I thought it was a brown, but I did. I thought it was a brown. Okay, this was a good call. This was a good move. I feel like y'all are here helping me with this. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm talking to y'all and y'all talking me through it. Like, no, don't use that one. Oh yeah, y'all. This was a good move. Okay, let's go back into it here. And here. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna turn the exposure down when we get to the final look part. But let's go Let's go into Alone. Let's see. We'll put it underneath the lower lash line, like diffuse it so it's not too crazy. Yeah, this is a really unique shade that I'm into. Now, this might be an unpopular inner corner highlight, but let's go into Acacia, which is this yellow gold. And that's gonna be a whole different vibe with the inner corner highlight, like, cause this is cool. Why am I doing all these cool looks? Well, it's just been 2. This is gonna give us a little of a different, this gives us a little warmth here. Oh yes. This is why I love Unearthly Cosmetics. Like, this is why y'all are seeing it right now, because the joy that I feel right now is just, it's unreal. Now the challenge is the lip shade. Okay, let me just show you this. Trying to get up close and the ring light just does too much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I hope that looks good because I really like it. Ooh, so liner for this, I'm thinking like plum. A plum would be nice. Like I have these ColourPop like plum ones, or I have one ColourPop plum liner. I think that would look great with mascara or lashes. The lip shade though, you know what lip shade I want to wear with this? I don't, let me just see. Let me go grab it. Hold on. So for lips, I automatically thought of Saint Germain from Dior. Oh yes, yes, yes. Yes. And this is their satin, what do you call it? Satin formula. It's one of my favorites. And this is a really unique color in my lipstick collection. I really love this. And I love the satin formula. So, yes. Now, I don't know if I like this look with my hair like this. I know that might sound crazy. It would just depend on my outfit. But like, I wouldn't probably have my hair like this if I was going like to something fancy. You know what I'm saying? Like with these buns. Although I love my buns. And first of all, y'all do see I got my hair done. But I am able to get 2-strand twists now. And she would not let me get them before, I guess because my locks were not mature enough. And that's just taking 2 locks and twisting them around each other. And I'm able to get them now. Look at them. I am just thrilled about the 2-strand twists because I just love that. And when I take them out, that means like, well, this part at least is going to be crimpy or like, you know, curly. I think that's going to be so cute. But next time, I think when I go next month, I think I'm going to get them all 2-strand twisted, like, and out. Oh, I can't wait. Let me know what y'all think about look number 3. We are going to do one more because this palette just really lends itself to a lot of looks. And I just want to make sure that with the looks that I'm giving a good representation of the palette. And I haven't used the red shades or the golds on the eyes. So those are going to be the look. I really have to use this gold right here. This is beautiful. So let's go into one more and then y'all probably already know, but I will let you know how I feel about this palette. All right, you guys, we're gonna get into the last and final look with Warms My Blood, sadly. Last and final look, at least for this video. And I wanna look at Drink and Marius and just see the difference between the 2 reds because I am gonna use them both. So this will be transition, this will be crease. So we'll start with Drink. So you can just see one is deeper than the other. And if I swatch Drink really good, it's still more of a fiery red than like a, I don't know. I was gonna say a true red, but what's a true red? I have no idea what that is. So we're gonna start with Drink and then go into Marius. I'm gonna take the Sigma E40 brush. That just had a little bit of violet on it. So that's not gonna interfere too much with the red shade. I love a red eyeshadow, so really excited to dip into the reds in this palette. Here's one. Hello. That looks amazing. Would you like to show? Okay, I figured you would.
Look what I made.
That's very amazing.
Zoom in a little bit.
I don't need to zoom in. I can just go like that. And that looks really wonderful. Hello. Okay. I'm sure they will put something in the comments, and if they do, I will let you know, okay? All right. I almost look such a ham. So the boys are starting karate this week. We had a little snafu last week because Marky was sick. So the boys are starting karate next week, and there was a reason that I mentioned that. Oh, and they're also attending Sunday school now because kids need activities. I cannot trust based on my 20 years of teaching experience, kids of this day and age to come up with wholesome activities that are sustainable and healthy. So I have to create it for them. So Sunday school, karate. I'm excited. And you know, that'll give me time because all I have to do is watch. I could just sit and watch, maybe edit a video. Oh, you're not supposed to have your cell phone in there. Well, I don't know, something. I'll be able to do something. Read, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is cute. Let me zoom so y'all can see how nicely that red is. Now, I'm not concerned about it being perfect because I believe that a lot of this is gonna be covered. So I'm gonna go, let's see, into my Refer 13 brush into Marius, which is the deeper red. I'm gonna put that in the crease. I'm thinking I'd like to dabble into the black a bit. So we'll see, because I don't use black eyeshadow too much. I would like to see it. So you can just see that's giving us a little more oomph, you know? Even building up the shade Drink was not gonna give us that. So yeah, I like this. I'm always nervous about using black, but I feel like we should take a chance. So I'm gonna go into Forsaken. Forsaken is the black in the palette. I'm gonna do the same. Well, let's see. I was gonna maybe make it a halo, but I don't know. I don't know about black for that. So let's just go ahead. Let's put this in the crease and the outer corner. And I'm probably, this is pretty deep, y'all. I'm gonna go back into Marius and try to lighten it up a little bit. Grab the fluffy brush. And you know, this is all a part of playing with the palette, even if it's not a look that turns out to be great. You know, this is all part of the fun. So I'm just gonna try to soften the black up a little bit, and I'll just know to be light-handed on the other eye. But I still think it's gonna turn out really nice. I'm going into Forsaken again. And I'm gonna switch to the fluffy brush. Now I really do wanna go into Centuries, but I do wanna show you. So Immortality is that red, which is beautiful, which could go. Worship is a bit different, but I think I'm gonna go into Centuries, that one. Might be a bit off for this look, but we're just gonna go ahead and combine it and see. I love the texture of this shade. It's almost wet. I don't think this looks as bad as I thought. This won't be a go-to look for me, but it's definitely a standout. And then I'm gonna go back into Drink. Oh my God, August just asked Marky, did he wanna go outside? Marky was like, no. Lower lash line. They have those lollipops, the ones that look like the big ball lollipops, and Marky keeps trying to bite it. I'm like, your tooth is gonna break off? Hello?
He keeps biting it. Oh no! Oh, he keeps biting it.
I hear you.
He's gonna break it.
He is. And we've told him that, so I don't know what else to say. Let's go into Awaken. It's just, ooh.
No.
Now look how.
The sun is going down.
The sun is not going down. What?
He says the sun's going down. You go inside.
You know what, Marky? You need a break from that iPad. This one's kind of flaky, so might need to spray for that. August think he's somebody's parent.
My charger. Where's my charger?
I don't know where your charger is. It's probably my charger though.
I got this from a person at the door. That charger
stands up. Thank you. It's bubble wrap. What?
Come on, let's go outside.
It will work.
We're going outside anyway.
That's my cue, see? That's why I usually stick with 3 looks. All right, I'm gonna change this battery. We're gonna get a fiery lipstick on, and then I'll let y'all know how I feel about this palette, but y'all already know. All right, you guys, I'm back. I put on the It's My Beauty Rubber Lash Mascara, and then for the lipstick, I did use a combination of 2 of the Unearthly Cosmetics liquid matte lipsticks. So I have the shade Minerva, which is more of the red, and then Ginger, which is more of the orange. And I thought it made a nice fiery shade. I think in real life, if I was gonna wear this shade, I would do a shade like this with more of a monochromatic eye look that was neutral. So maybe taking the shade Violin and then maybe a similar shimmer, or actually probably if I was using this palette, just using Violin more so as a one and done, because I would want this lip shade to stand out, and I don't like things to compete with each other. I think this eye look is not an eye look that I do very much, and it's really special. So I don't need them both to stand out. I would want someone to either notice my eyes or my lips, but I just thought it was a fun color to put on. I don't think it looks bad at all. I just know my style, and I would just want to do one or the other. But anyway, who cares? Let's go ahead and talk about the final thoughts on this palette. As I was putting my mascara on, I was thinking, were there any eyeshadow palettes in my collection that I wanted to pull out to compare with this one? And I don't have any that are going to compare with this. I have been going for smaller palettes lately. Definitely nothing over 20 shades. And the palettes that I do have, I mean, there's none that I would say, oh, if you have that, you don't need Warms My Blood. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that. This color story in this palette is truly unique. And I think that even if I had something that had a similar color story, I don't think the shimmers would be similar at all. These shimmers are really unique. The textures of them are very unique. You have some that are a little flakier. You have some that are duochrome that have sparkles. And then you have 3 of them that are really smooth. Immortality, Worship, and Human. These are more of your foils that don't have the sparkles or like the wet feel. And I don't know, Akasha is another one. The rest of them just have unique sparkles and shifts to them. And I think they are really beautiful, special, and unique.
Can I just have a look at the little bike?
The other thing that I really like about this palette, and I love when palettes have this, I love when palettes mix warm and cool tones like this. I just think that, I don't know, it just lends itself to a lot of different looks. Like, the first look I did was warm. The second 2 were more cool, kind of. And then this one mixes like a fiery red with a black and a gold. So I like having that variety, but it's a really delicate balance, because I'm trying to think of what palette I was looking at, and I was having a problem because it was warm and cool mix. I can't remember what palette that was. That's it. But this is the perfect balance for me. It's grungy. I think it's very fall, and you know, you can do Halloween-esque looks without it being a Halloween palette. This is a palette I could use all the time. I think the reds are different enough in this palette. I think the purples are different enough in this palette to be in there. You know how we have palettes that we look at and we'll say, oh, we didn't need both of these reds, or we didn't need both of these purples. I think that the 2 reds in this palette and the 2 purples in this palette really served their purposes. I think the 2 browns in the palette were different enough. These 2 right here, just 2 different tones. And then what I really love, this shade alone, so different. Again, I looked at it and saw brown, but it's like a purple brown. You have a matte white and you have a matte black. And, you know, having a matte white and a matte black, you know, you can use the white to lighten up shades, and you can use the black to deepen them. So you do have those options. I don't know how often I would use the matte black or the matte white, especially the matte white beyond the inner corner highlight, but you never know. So you can lighten this palette up or deepen it, you know, based on your preference. The whole palette is just really well done. The shimmers always stand out to me because, you know, we love a good shimmer, like we really do, but these mattes are great. They blend really well. They're not super powdery. If I didn't tap off my brush, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be putting so much on, or it's gonna get fallout all over my face. I really didn't have any issues with that. And if you did see little glitter specks, it's just because I did 4 looks in one sitting, but no complaints. The other thing is that the golds, the 2 golds are different enough. I've even heard some people say, you know, in certain palettes, oh, we didn't need these 2 golds. You know, these 2 golds to me are different enough. I know it might not look like it from here, but they are, because the 1 Centuries, it's just different. Let's see them next to each other. I think they're different enough. And when I used the gold as the inner corner, like I don't think I would use this one as an inner corner highlight, but this one made a great inner corner highlight. And then you have the silver. I am speechless about how I feel about this palette, and I do know that this was an expensive price point for Unearthly Cosmetics. However, I'm thinking I'm So Jelly, that palette, if you have that, I want to say was more expensive than this one. And that had 9 shades. So I'm not sure, you know, why. If you're interested in this one though, I would highly recommend this. This has nothing to do with anybody using my code. This has nothing to do with, oh, I got this for free and I would want to get another palette. No, I would have bought this palette because I really loved Aaliyah. And I think this, I have not seen a palette like this. Several brands are doing Beetlejuice. Several brands are doing Hocus Pocus. Several brands are doing Scooby-Doo. I've not seen ever, since I've been doing makeup, a palette that had Aaliyah on the front or anything inspired by Queen of the Dam. You can let me know, but as far as since I've been looking at makeup releases, I've never seen anything like that. So it's more than just the palette, but it's the idea, it's the creativity, the thought process that went into the shade names and the shades that were chosen. I just think this was really well put together. And I love that there are no like, oh my God, what is this shade doing in here? Like this palette just flows for me. There's something for every shade. There's a matte and a shimmer that are gonna go together. And you can even just do 1 matte, 1 shimmer, and you can find something that's gonna go with something in this palette, if that makes sense. So I love this. This is gonna have to be one of my favorites that they've ever released, and I'm really proud and honored to have it. So thank you, Unearthly Cosmetics, as always, even giving us the option to choose which palette that we wanted. So the other palettes that came out in this collection were not as expensive as Warms My Blood, but she said we could pick any of the 4. So that's the one I picked. I'm so glad I picked it. All 4 of those palettes have very unique color stories. I just think this whole release is really on brand for Unearthly Cosmetics. They just continue to solidify why I love the brand so much. I really hope that you enjoyed the looks. I think it's a really special palette. That's gonna be it for this one. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for this one. I feel like it was really special. I also hope this was therapy for you, because it always is for me. Until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.